Ready?
Even though he's gone, he's never forgotten.
Hell no.
It's funny how important he actually is to the podcast.
He's pretty integral.
No, he's the rallying point for you two to come together and ride against one cause and be evil and mean. That's what it is.
Evil and mean?
Yes.
Have you spoken to that guy?
The Moose is just a young man, and he's just learning and finding his way in the world.
I don't know about it.
I'm not even going to say that. I'm not touching that one. I'm not touching it.
Moose, where you at? Remorseless does not want to touch you.
I don't want to touch it.
Neither do I.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, nobody wants to touch
because
Moose.
the boy does talk way too much about Bukkake, so he's probably sticky.
So much.
Disgusting. Did you guys ever see The One?
What is that?
It came, I'll say, after the first Matrix. It was a Jet Li movie.
Yes,
where
yes, I did.
there was a multiverse, 157 of him.
Yep.
And when he killed one, he would get stronger and faster. Well, actually, all of the copies would get stronger and faster
because it's one less.
So he went all the way 123. Sorry, he went all the way down to him and another one, and they had to fight each other.
I do remember seeing that on Netflix, and because that sounds familiar.
Yeah, it wasn't. I didn't mind it. It was an interesting thing. It had Jet Li in it. It had what is her name? Carla Golda.
I have no idea what that is.
Carla Gold.
No, her name. The chick's name. You would know if I. Hey Google, turn on the TV.
Okay, turning the living room TV on.
No, why do you do that?
Every time.
Every time. Hey, Google, turn on the bedroom TV. Ouch.
The One from 2001. It's Jet Li.
Yeah, he's not looking so good nowadays either.
Yeah. What does he have?
I don't even remember, but yeah, he doesn't look, not for the age that he is.
He has AIDS.
No, the age
He's
that
like
he is.
70.
Yeah.
Is he really?
He
old
is
as
pretty
shit.
old now. I forgot how old we are.
Jackie Chan's in his 70s too.
That's true.
Like he actually looks really good for the age that he is.
No, Jackie Chan doesn't. Well, the pictures I saw of Jet Li, he was not, even for being 70.
That's her. Carla Guino.
Watch your mouth.
Like you said, I ain't kicking her out for eating crackers.
No, you've seen her in movies. She's
when have you ever
popular.
kicked somebody out of bed for eating crackers?
2012 March.
All right, fair enough.
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
No filter.
No filter.
No filter.
No filter.
Welcome to No Filter.
The No Filter.
No Filter.
No filter.
The No Filter podcast, which is
An EMP Network production.
in this show you'll encounter nothing but
Straight talk, none of that PC stuff.
No PC.
No PC
No PC consistency.
please note that the
opinions from the hosts
Are not a reflection of the.
EMP Network.
And as always, thanks guys for tuning in.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening,
thanks for opening up your ears and your mind.
and we hope you like this one.
Smart ass. You question me? Alright. I do and say things for reasons.
That's her? Oh, wait.
Oh.
Yeah, that's her.
Okay, yeah, she's
I
beautiful.
told you've seen her before.
Yeah, definitely have, and a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she's in a lot of movies. But yeah, so that's who's in it. Oh my god!
And you said yay or nay to this?
What do you mean? Yeah,
To the movie?
I liked it. I didn't mind it. It was a very interesting, like the multiverse. Oh, speaking of which, another person of the No Filter podcast, Jason Statham, he's in the movie as well.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Maybe that's why he's been so bitter, because we don't bring it up enough.
Maybe.
Fuck him.
You think we should try and engage with him more? I mean, I feel kind of bad. He comes in here.
He always tries to argue.
Yeah.
I think he needs a friend, maybe. He's kind of...
That's on him. You gotta learn how to make friends. We
That's
grown
true.
men. Don't sit here, I'm worried about Jason's feelings. Oh, he snapped my neck.
Fuck you, Jason.
I'm so sad because
Fuck you, Jason.
I don't get enough money.
Okay, yeah, I like to drink and I punch
Little
people in the
bitch.
face.
All I do is fight and I don't get a money. Man, fuck you, Jason.
Yeah, fuck you, Jason.
Who gives a fuck about your money?
Martin.
Martin.
I have here in the 2001.
Okay, you're getting borderline here. You're teetering right on the edge. Let's move on to something else.
The money thing is hilarious. That's why I kept saying it.
All right, what else we got about the one?
See? No, I was just saying it was a good movie.
So
What
it's
other
kind of
interesting
like
facts?
a multiverse Highlander.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the Highlander.
And see, that's the thing. Nothing's original,
which
but you
Highlander
can take good
was
concepts.
the best Highlander?
Duncan, in my opinion.
Duncan MacLeod.
Duncan MacLeod of the Cloud
that
MacLeod.
from the
That was the
TV
TV
series?
show. Yeah, I like the TV
Yeah.
series.
I like Cutter MacLeod.
You like Connor?
Highlander 2. The Quickening. My favorite Highlander.
I can't even say I have a favorite.
Is that
because I kinda
the-
like all of them?
That's the one where the
In the
ozone
future?
layer.
Oh,
where the ozone
God.
layer was
That's
about
the worst one.
That is a. You know
Because
what it is?
it's-
Hold on. Let me explain. That was the first Highlander. You got to keep in mind, I am younger than you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first Highlander I seen and actually understood, and I thought it was fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Just like I thought Dragonheart was one of the best movies ever created.
Yeah.
Watched it again.
was
Was like,
like,
why the
yeah,
fuck did I like this?
Isn't that hold on? Is that the one with
Sean Connery, I think.
Yeah, Sean Connery's the dragon.
Yeah.
But I thought I don't even know. Next,
Dennis Quaid.
no, I'm not even gonna try to think about it right now.
Dennis Quaid. I always got Dennis Quaid confused with Kevin Costner. I don't know why.
Really,
Yeah, I don't know why.
racist. Not all older white guys.
Oh
look the
shit!
same.
Hey guys, welcome to No Filter. I'm your host, Remorseless. I'm here with Double D.
Hey, what's up?
I'm also here with Single D.
How y'all doing?
We are missing another episode of Moose. This closes out the week that he will not be here. Lost but forgotten.
Moving on. No more about him.
What did you say before? Thanks for not stopping by,
Yeah,
Moose.
thanks for not stopping by.
Y'all gonna
seriously.
keep on messing with him, and they're gonna start a moose movement.
Starting the
No.
Moose movement would be crazy.
I'm
So
not-
there's going to be a stampede. They're going to just run
They're
down
marching in the
I'm
street.
just
streets.
saying, look, this is how
They have
this is how the
signs.
kids are today, man. They're gonna rally behind Moose, and then we're gonna have this big Moose uprising on our hand.
You know how popular Moose would be? Like he would probably leave us behind after he got his show. He's going to be the Jesse Smollett of the No Filter podcast.
I don't think he'd be. But here's the thing, though. I don't think he'd be able to. Think about it. But yeah, man, keep on messing.
That's I see that getting out of hand very quickly.
Extremely quickly. It might die quickly too, but it would definitely
Like
happen,
maybe
like
as
a
soon as he
flash
opens his
It
mouth.
would last for it would last until he said something. Like
Bukkake.
if he would shut up, like everybody would. No, you guys, you shouldn't. Blah 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 blah. And like we would get killed on Twitter and everything.
Hey, he could be the next president. So with
if he doesn't
this,
say nothing.
no, he could.
No, if
even
anything,
with what he
he
says,
can run for that job now. He may get it.
open position.
Sorry, Kamala Harris, but your spot is taken.
Moose, 2020.
Moose 2020. This episode is going to be called Moose 2020.
Yes, Moose
This
2020.
episode, I'm writing it down right now. Moose 2020. But speaking of, we had a question. You had a question, D, that we were going to bring up this episode. So go ahead and open up the floor while I write down the title of this episode.
Alrighty. So, trilogies. Is there any movie that you really enjoyed, either the first or the second installment, but the third one was just such hot garbage and it just kind of killed the franchise for you? It could even have more movies after the third one, but that third one was kind of just no, why, no. And it just left you with such a horrible taste in your mouth. You really didn't even want to be bothered with the movie anymore.
Now, are reboots included?
It can be whatever you want, Bubba.
So like any series, or does it have to be a trilogy?
I would say anything. It has to be at least 3 movies.
Okay.
So yeah, it has to be
Yeah.
a series.
Yeah, it has to be a series. At least 3 and movies. Let's leave it to movies, not really TV shows.
Yeah.
That really shut down your appeal to the movie.
For the whole series?
I want to say, like, you can still have some love in your heart for the first
for the
one
others,
or two,
but it's tainted a little
But it's
bit.
kind of like you're not going to look into watching anymore, or really
Yeah.
even feel like going back to watch the old ones because it's just for whatever reason.
I'm going to save my previous answer for last because I feel like we're going to spend the most time on it.
Oh, we're definitely
Okay,
going.
probably.
We were talking about the Highlander. That's one of them for me.
Yeah, that dropped off after the first movie.
We're going to do this. We're going to do this.
I actually so what I remember is that they like at the end of that one, he won the game.
Yeah.
And then when the third one came along, they were like, "Nope, never mind. Fuck that."
No, but in the
game
second
is still
one, he was
going.
like 85 years old. Then he
Yeah, it was in the
he
future.
tried to run away and he killed somebody, got the quickening, and became young again.
Yeah, it was. They realized too, and they knew that they fucked up because they made another one where they said, "Nah, just forget that whole thing ever happened."
Don't even worry about that. Let's just
So
shove that to the side.
I think I have seen all of them. I just can't remember them. It was just so long ago. But for me, probably Scream 4, which I don't hate. But it was. I definitely love 1 and 2. It's my favorite film series. Definitely my favorite horror movie is the Scream series.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Love 1. Fucking love 2. I know that's not as popular, but that's probably my favorite.
Two is tight. I think
2 is better. I can't say 2 is better than 1 because 1 just brought so much to the table and it turned to.
did.
It was such a mold breaking movie.
Exactly.
Sorry to keep cutting you
No,
off.
you're
but
good. Go.
It was such a mold breaking movie, so you can't say it's better than 1, but
It's pretty fucking good.
I think what it is 1 was such, like you said, it was such groundbreaking and everything like that, and our expectations goes to that again. It wasn't like our expectations weren't met, but it was a bar so high for that second movie.
And
if that second movie was like its own
correct, sir.
standalone, then I think it would, like, if that was the beginning of something, I think it would have been, the bar would have been set even higher for the franchise as a starting point.
You hit the nail on the head with that because. Like you're right. The bar did just basically piggybacking or echoing what you're saying, but the bar was set with Scream 1, and it was met with Scream 2.
Yes.
So it was like it wasn't a bad movie, but like you leave the theater and you're like, yeah, the first one was better, or like something like that.
It wasn't
It wasn't
like
trash. It was like the first one was better. You know what I'm saying? So you really didn't disrespect it, or you really didn't diss it or anything like that. But it was like. I mean, it was more of the same. It was just a long Scream 1.
And now the third one, wasn't that the one where she's like at the house?
Why do we got to talk about that?
No, because I love me some Nev Campbell growing up. I love me.
Oh my god, I was in love with her.
I love dark hair.
Nev Campbell was attractive.
And yeah, so that was the one where Courtney Cox had the atrocious bangs. If you don't remember them, that's probably for the best.
Or just watch Friends.
I don't watch.
Oh
Friends.
no,
There's
these
black
were
people in
bangs
New York.
like no other appearance she has ever had in media.
Really?
Yeah.
Courtney Cox she's not attractive anyway.
I think she's alright. She has her moments.
She's a very sweet person, though. I've seen a couple interviews where she is a very sweet person.
Yeah, she is. And did you like that Remorseless?
What, Courtney Cox?
No, Scream 3.
No.
No, and
Didn't like it.
D, what did you say?
I was alright with it because I was a big Scream fan like you.
Yeah.
And it was the end of it. Anything after that, that's my cutoff point. Is 3.
Have you seen 4?
Probably.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen the other ones, but 3's kind of like.
I like when you have something to say and you're just waiting to get your shit off because you're like, did you see it? Yeah, okay. You just sit there and you're just looking at them, eyebrows up with a big smile on your face.
I know the answer. Did you see 4 Remorseless?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good to see everybody again. I did not
Kind of
think...
like a bad high school reunion.
Yeah, but I didn't think that it was so atrocious as like to be campy or anything.
Yeah.
Like some of the like later Freddys or the later Jasons. You know, at that point it's like almost a parody of itself.
Yes.
But Scream 4 I think still kept
Isn't
its
that what
wit
Scream
and
4
witticism.
was? Isn't that what Scream 4 was? Wasn't it like they were making the movie about this situation?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was very
Okay.
meta, but it wasn't a parody or anything. That's why I think it pulled it off.
That's what I meant. By that.
So as not to be campy, but it just didn't hold up to the other three.
Now, just from what I thought Scream 3 was going to be, what I think what they were trying to do was reignite the Scream fire, because 3 didn't hit as hard as they wanted it to.
No.
But because 1 and 2 were so good, they still had burn, so they can still throw like another steak on the grill. It may just take a little longer to cook.
And
And it did, because 1 and 2 came out right after another, a year and a half or 2 years within each other, and then the third one was years later, a few years later.
But even with it being a few years later, it wasn't like a 10-year.
No, it was only like 3 years.
That's what I mean. So
it
that's
was-
another thing.
There
It
was
bang,
such a
bang,
build
bang.
up. It was such a build up, because it's not like they could have posted anything on Instagram.
Yeah, no,
you
right,
know
have
what
all
I'm saying?
that
It was
stuff
such
like
a
that.
build up, such
Yeah.
a build up, such a build up, and then the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So like they had to do something. And then remember, Scream 4 came out like not that long after, right?
No, that was like a full decade later or something.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it just came out in 2011 or something like that.
Oh, well, I guess I didn't see Scream 4.
It has
No, I did see
Emma
it. I did see
Roberts.
it. Yeah, I did see it. I did. Yeah.
Oh,
Alright,
yeah,
I got
yeah,
it.
yeah,
and Macaulay Culkin's brother.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
Well, let's move on to some other series. Do you want to go on to the...
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'll
Not
tell
yet.
you.
Not yet.
Well, mine's personally, and it's kind of sad because the movie itself isn't made to be no big Oscar award-winning movie. It's Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle,
Oh, yeah?
because I love the first one, and the second one was all right. But by the time we got to the third one, it was just pretty much, hey, we're all gonna show up and hang out for a few weeks, have some drinks, and put some stuff on camera and go home.
Now, tell me what those films were. There's the first
right.
one, White Castle, right?
Yes, the first one's White Castle.
Then
Then the second one is, I'm trying to think here.
Guantanamo Bay, I think.
Yes, that's Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
And that one was maybe I need to watch it again. To me,
No,
it
you
was,
don't.
It was
Probably not.
They were
So
all
it was
trash.
that bad.
They were all
And then
trash.
there was a
Okay.
Christmas one.
And the Christmas
That's-
one was even worse.
That's the one I
that's,
saw.
That's the one where they had families and they barely hung
Yeah.
out.
and
And the
I'm
baby's
pretty
doing
sure,
coke.
yeah, baby
Yeah.
did cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like you didn't have to try to make a really great, like, big budget movie.
Into
all
the
the time.
mic, dude.
You didn't have to try to make the big.
It was
great
3D
budget movie.
too,
Yeah,
or I saw it in 3D.
yeah. Well, it was 3D. But you could have kept something like
I
the
hope it
writers
was.
or
Otherwise, it
something.
was on something really good.
It just completely died. Truth, and it died for me at Guantanamo Bay. To be honest, I gave it its chance because it was the second one. I
I
really
mean,
liked the
personal
first
side
one.
note though, the baby doing cocaine was probably the funniest
Part.
part of the movie.
And she's in there fighting, but at that point, like that's really jumping the shark. 'Cause
Yeah,
now you
I think
know,
at that point, I just sat back and I'm like, okay.
yeah. See, and I like my comedy, but I don't like it to go all the way. I like it to be more realistic than
Or
anything else.
if it's
somewhat based
if,
on reality.
If you know if you're expecting that in a movie, like if the movie is
yeah,
just
like if
that.
it's
Yeah.
like if it's 40-year-old virgin, you don't expect like some crazy shit. Like look at the title of the movie; it's fucking stupid.
yeah,
So you
you're not
expect going
expecting
in-
like a Mel Brooks spoof or
No.
anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
But speaking of spoofs, the scary movies.
the scary movies after
They
two.
should have stopped after 2.
Yeah.
They definitely.
How many
should've.
were there?
There's
like
so many.
6, I
6
think.
or 7.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't worry, you're not missing.
Just
You're
like-
not missing anything.
Just
I saw
like
the first
Scream,
one.
I
because
think
they
I was
started
done with
veering
3.
off and doing like disaster movie
Uh-huh.
and all kind of shit like that. Like, and yeah, you're not missing anything. Unpopular opinion, because I did like the ones after, so I'm kind of breaking the rules on this.
Uh-huh.
But it came to my head because I just didn't like the third one. Fast and the Furious.
See, I haven't really seen any after, I think, 3. I also saw Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift is the third one.
Yeah, I saw Tokyo Drift, and I see a few of, but I kind of fell out of it after. It was like, okay, it's fast car chasing and some stunts. Like,
But see, and that's what I was telling Double D. It evolved to so much more,
and I believe
Like, it's
it.
So crazy.
and I believe it because once you get that deep and you have a actual good franchise and you're keeping the same actors and you're adding other good actors, I can see that progressing and being a great franchise. I just fell out of it a while ago because this is what you keep on giving me. Plus, my man Paul Walker, like. I'm kind of sad with that, too.
See, a series I fell off with like that is Transformers.
I was just about to say that. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Yeah, so the first one I love. I still like.
Yeah.
And then
Rise of the Fallen.
is that what's next?
That's the second one, yeah.
Rise of the Fallen, and then to be honest, here's my point. With each consecutive one, I just got less and less interested because. And we've discussed this remorseless before. My problem with the movies is they keep retconning, in my opinion, every movie. It's like, nah, forget what we said about the Transformers last time. They really came back 500,000 years before what we said in the last movie, and then they have a new origin story.
Well, I like the Transformers because, I mean, I had the toys and I grew up to it. So the reason why I like Transformers, and I love Michael Bay. So the reason why I like Transformers is because of those reasons. But to be completely honest with you, it's a giant fucking Chevy commercial for like 6 movies.
Yeah.
And I actually just watched a Bumblebee movie as well.
Yeah, how was that?
It was better. But, I mean, compared to the last Transformers, last night wasn't bad either, though. I didn't mind that. That was when they brought the dinosaurs out.
Yeah, I saw that.
See, that's the last one that I watched.
I liked Mark.
So you watched all of them?
Yeah,
I liked bringing Mark Wahlberg in.
So that was the last one. Was that one?
I don't understand why Mark Wahlberg have yet to have a superhero fucking role yet.
I think he was supposed to be up for a few
He is built
roles.
like a fucking superhero. He looks like a superhero, and he's actually a good actor.
He is, yeah.
Like,
especially,
I really like
him.
Especially in those. No.
Hey, anybody in Hollywood, this is coming from the No Filter podcast. Give Mark Wahlberg a fucking superhero role.
And we know you're listening.
We know you're listening.
We know you listen every week.
Michael Bay, call me, baby. Call me. Have your people talk to my people. I'm telling you, we can make this happen.
Make that money, baby. Make that money.
You got to cast D, though.
But what I want to see... what
I want to see... Cop. Can you imagine that?
It'll be the other guys after the other guys.
It'll
be the other guys and them two guys.
There you go. But no, what I'd love to see him in again is actually a movie he did before, and I'd like to see it put in somebody else's hands, is Max Payne. Have you ever played the game Max Payne?
The game Max Payne was one of the most amazing games.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, that was a mold-breaking game. That game brought bullet time to
That's
gaming.
what I mean. And the movie wasn't bad. That's another movie I think I need to go and rewatch, but I know it wasn't what it could have been.
You just like Mila Kunis.
Well, that's definitely a fact. That's definitely a fact. But I forgot she was in that. But especially now where he is in his career and the more range that he has, I think if you gave somebody that script and everything again, it could be such more of what it could have been.
See, and I think the movie was bad because of the script.
So that's what I mean. I think it should have been something different.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I think it should have been something.
I think it should have been more accurate to the game.
Yes, that's
like the problem. The problem is we went to go see Max Payne, and it wasn't Max Payne. It was the fucking Da Vinci Code or the Ninth Gate. I don't want to watch the Ninth Gate without Johnny Depp.
Right. I ain't even seen the Ninth Gate, but I don't want to see it now neither.
I didn't want
Shit. I'm just going to go, I'm riding with my man. This is what we do on the No Filter podcast.
Well, sometimes we usually throw each other under the bus.
Y'all usually throw
Moose
but then
we'll help each other out.
We do not throw Moose under the bus. We hit him with it.
Yes.
Facts.
Let's do that.
Facts. But, yeah, man.
That was a real good sound. That was a real...
That was.
That was good.
So I'll tell you, with speaking of superheroes and falling off, for me, another series is the whole Marvel universe. With over the years, and especially in the last year or two, I'm falling off, man. I'm getting less and less interested. I haven't even seen the last trailer. With each new trailer for each new movie comes out, I'm like, I don't even care anymore.
For it.
I'm not though.
Are you saying the same? Or are you?
I mean, I'm also like a real big comic book head, so it would be like I can't see me not. You know what I'm saying? But
have you been watching them the whole time?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I've been watching them from the beginning, from the root to the fruit. But there are like trilogies that I didn't like. For example, I didn't like the Iron Man 3. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I think that's the only one.
That you didn't like?
Yeah, I didn't like Iron Man 3. But all of the other ones, like, do you know what I like about them is they are the same, but they're the same in a different way. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, so I didn't even wait for you to answer. You see that shit? Like,
I don't know how I feel about that.
you get what I'm saying? Okay, so look, listen.
If you know, I'm about to tell you right now.
Look, listen, here.
I'm gonna tell you how
listen,
you feel.
smell, touch, smell,
mira,
taste.
escuche me. All right, so like, so you have your Avengers, whomever it is, like you have the individual characters in their individual movies, and they all make cameos of each of them, but they keep putting it together in a puzzle, and the stories keep progressing over and over and over, and that's what I like about it. I like the constant progress.
It's like a book,
and and like some of them aren't as good. Like I have them ranked in tiers. You know what I'm saying? I think the first Avengers. I think that's my favorite one still. And then you have like the number 3 movies, and you have the bottom tiers, like the Thor, like the first Thor and the second or the third Iron Man, and you have the slightly higher, like the Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man. Then you have like the top tier, which is for me Avengers, Age of Ultron, and like Ragnarok and shit like that. But like they are they're intermingling constantly, but the progression of the story makes me still want to watch it, and it makes me want to know what's going to happen next.
No, I feel you.
Ragnarok was very good. There's an example of a trilogy. That's a trilogy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so far.
That dipped in the middle and came back up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so to redeem itself.
See, I don't think it dipped in the middle though. I think it was on a rise. The first Thor was
Yeah,
okay.
you know what?
The
That's a very
second
good
one,
point.
The second one,
I agree.
the Dark Side, or
that one gets a lot of flack.
That
I
one
didn't
goes
mind
up,
that one either.
and then I think Ragnarok just took it through the roof.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, see, I like how you put them, not necessarily with the tiers, but I enjoy them because I think of them more like a book. So I like the stories that they're telling, and that's what's keeping me involved in, like, just like in any good book. Some chapters you like, some you don't, some you're gonna like more than others.
Unpopular opinion: I did not like the third Hobbit.
I didn't even see none of that.
I haven't seen any
The
of
Lord
those.
of the Rings I loved. They gradually progressed. But The Hobbit, I think it declined.
Yeah, and
Really?
I
With
didn't
each
even
one?
see.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen
and
any
it sucks because I read all of the Hobbit books, and I read the Lord of the Rings books. So like I went into the movies without expectation, seeing how accurate it was, and I was like, I could probably expect something from that, but I still, I still humbled myself. And Lord of the Rings did not fail me. Hobbit did, but I also think that if the Hobbit was before Lord of the Rings, I think it wouldn't have failed. I think it wouldn't have failed.
It probably should have been because you're telling the story.
Yeah, it should.
Because you're telling the
should have
story.
been.
Yeah.
Although, let me ask you this. I love prequels. What do you guys think about it? The reason I love prequels is because I love just having a character and knowing what you need to know
backstories.
and coming back. I love origin stories.
Yeah, I love origin stories.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
No, I love
Fuck them. They can all eat a dick.
So you don't like
fucking
prequels?
hate prequels. It's so fucking stupid. Why the fuck? That's what I mean about the fucking Bumblebee movie. Why the fuck would I give a shit about Bumblebee being by himself on Earth?
Is that a prequel
Yes,
or
it
is that
a prequel.
is it a spin-off?
No, it's a prequel. It's a prequel
He
because
watched it.
what happened. Yeah.
I was just asking to
No.
clarify.
I'm going to explain to you why it's a prequel. It's a prequel because it happened so in the first Transformers, the one that came out, they hit Earth and they told the story about the war on Cybertron. Correct? All right.
I just realized that you're probably right because they probably retconned the entire Transformers series and said, "Fuck it, Bumblebee was here first. Bumblebee is
exactly
God.
what they
Bumblebee
did.
created
That's
the
exactly
universe."
what they did. Like so what happened now is Optimus told Bumblebee, "Hey, Bumblebee, you have to go to Earth so that way you can tell them about what's going on. We'll find you whenever the war is done." And then Bumblebee goes to Earth. It's not what happened at all. Bumblebee goes to Earth. Fucking what's her name? Steinfeld. I forgot her first name. Haley Steinfeld. Yeah, she finds Bumblebee, and he lost his memory, of course, because that makes fucking sense. and then he lost his voice box because that makes fucking sense, and now he's just a fucking car who acts like a 5-year-old because he doesn't have a memory, and she's teaching him. Then he gets his memory back, and some shit happens. John Cena's there, and it's just
wow, John Cena's there.
It's just fucking ridiculous.
Hey, here's a question, Michael Bay. Why did Optimus Prime not mention in the first movie whenever they got there? Hey guys, remember we sent Bumblebee here? Let's fucking find him.
There's John Cena. That's what Optimus would do. John Cena.
Oh. Well, you just couldn't see him. He couldn't see him. That's all.
That's
John didn't see ya.
He couldn't see Bumblebee.
You can't see me. That was probably a horrible impression.
That's close enough.
You don't really need accuracy to sound like John Cena. Deepen your voice and wave your hand in your face.
Really nice guy, though. Got it like a semi-chance to meet
He's a
him.
good actor. He is. I like him as an actor.
What I really want to see is him and The Rock in some kind of like friend buddy movie. And it doesn't have to be great.
No.
Just put them together.
The Rock needs to come out with the Hobbs movie, and John Cena should have been the bad guy. That would have been some good shit. That would have looked like WrestleMania in that motherfucker right there. Him and John Cena going.
It would have been like No Holds Barred.
Yeah,
with
but see,
Hulk Hogan
the Rock got so fucking big. John Cena probably wouldn't stand the chance. But then again, Vin Diesel, they were going at it, so I don't know.
Cena got big. He looks weird though. He has hair right now for some role he was playing.
Who, Cena?
Yeah, he looks so weird. He had like full hair like how you got yours right now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, because he usually keeps the buzz. I was about to say, I thought he always had hair.
No, but he came back this WrestleMania with his old thugonomics gimmick. And he came out with his word life, and he had his finger.
Bro, you're like 45 years old. You gotta let that go, man.
Oh no, man! You remember life sometimes. Man. You gotta stay young.
You want to get into it now? I think it's time. I think it might be time to get into it.
All right, so guys, I don't know if we should apologize for talking about movies all week and TV shows. We're not apologizing.
Yeah,
you guys can agree or
That's
disagree.
what we got this week, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we got.
Exactly. This is a slow news week. But actually, we have a whole fucking thing full of topics that we just like ignored, like just went from there. But
we'll get to it.
All right. My personal opinion of one of the worst, I actually said it on the last episode, The Matrix. I did not like the second or the third Matrix. However, the third one was better than the second one, but that's not setting the bar high because I think the second one was one of the worst movies. I fucking hate it.
Why do you hate it?
Well, we've discussed.
Yes, we have, but for the listeners,
that looks stupid. Get off your phone, D, please. Don't show me a picture of John Cena with hair.
That looked creepy as hell,
right?
Dude.
Right,
that looks like when Tom Hanks had long hair for the Da Vinci Code, and it was like, that's not Tom Hanks. That's some weird alien pretending to be Tom Hanks, and that is a weird alien pretending to be John Cena, and I don't like it.
Hey, you fucks. Never mind who this is. Mind your fucking business. Anywho, sometimes I need a break from cracking skulls. There's no better way to do that than to listen to my Goombas over on the No Filter podcast. Once you look what they got going on over there, hit them up on their social media. Twitter, @network_EMP. Instagram, EMP Network 412. And Facebook, EMP Network. Do yourself a favor and check this shit out. If not, I'll break your fucking neck and throw you in the Hudson with some concrete Timberlands. Have a nice day.
So we're about to get into our MRA shit. Shameless plug. So, all right, so in order to tell you why I don't like the second, we got to go over the first. The first one, Keanu Reeves, he is Neo, and he discovers that the Matrix is all fake and different things like that, and he's learning how Lawrence Fishburne is basically pushing him to be Neo. Everybody's pushing him to be Neo. The Oracle is pushing him to be Neo. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody is pushing him to do this. The agents see the potential in him. They're trying to kill him more than they're even trying to kill the other ones because they're like, oh no, why is this fucking 35-year-old guy unplugged? That usually doesn't happen, So and I get that, and it was a good. groundbreaking. It was one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life because of this. And then at the end, he becomes Neo, and he sees black and green numbers and shit all over the place, and like he's doing
he's the one, dude.
He's doing the robot.
That tends to happen when you're the one.
He's doing the robot, and his hands and legs are moving like he's on fucking acid. Like, I get it. That's what the agents were doing. They were viruses, and they were on acid, and their hands and bodies moved that way too. But the second one comes. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, yeah, this is going to be awesome because it's just going to continue. And look, Neo's there. Oh, he's still whooping ass. Yeah, 15 minutes into the movie, not even 15, like 5 minutes into the movie, he takes off flying.
He flew at the end of the first one. So what's your problem, dude?
I didn't remember that.
Well...
But anyway,
he
takes off flying. He made it just did a super jump. You really didn't see him fly off. He flew into the camera, right?
He hangs up the payphone and says, "The choice is up to you." And then he hangs it up.
Yeah,
he steps outside. He puts his sunglasses on. He shoots right up.
He jumped. He just jumped really high.
He's fucking flying.
What's the difference between him flying and jumping now?
He jumped really high.
In the second movie, okay,
I don't know because Michael
flying.
Jordan says if you're in the air for longer than 6 seconds, you're flying. So
okay, well, listen to Jordan. He has money.
Yeah, well that. I gotta start listening to people
legit.
before I agree with them.
Yeah, you signed off on that really quickly.
Quick note, to be honest, I was watching. I'm not going to move this conversation any which way. Neo's hubris actually caused the rest of the Matrix, because at the end of it, what caused everything else to go crazy and haywire is because what happened with Agent Smith. Correct?
Yeah.
All right. So the only what's the reason why Agent Smith became the way that he became?
Oh, because of Neo.
Because he had to evolve because Neo.
But not because Neo jumped up into his ass and did that. But
why
why did Neo have to do that? He didn't do that with the other agents. He could have just killed Agent Smith, just like the regular agents.
Yeah, he wanted to flex.
But if he doesn't, the whole world is saved, and we don't have to live underground like mole people. Just saying.
Like mole people.
And I'm going to leave that there. Just think about that. We're going to get back to
I'll chew on that. I'll chew on it.
All right,
so anyway, back to what you guys were saying.
All right, so he's flying through the movie, and he's just as clueless in the second one as he is in the first. You would think that after this time of him being the one, and like he would get some type of like cathartic moment where everything makes sense instead of him just seeing. They're not even numbers and letters. They look like the Transformer glyphs.
Yeah, it's binary code. It's telling him everything.
He's like, yeah. So he's speaking a different language. Like he knows how to speak digital now. What? He knows how to speak digital.
Yeah, he just knows it. Yeah.
Okay,
and he's seen in glowing gold, Seraph,
gold. This is my problem. And like it's
what? Did he see binary?
No, his consistent cluelessness is my problem.
What cluelessness?
Well, I guess they should have got Will Smith instead of Keanu. He would have been a little different.
No dice.
No, but like that's my problem. Like we were talking about it before. I just never seen the growth in him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I was explaining that he does grow from. So in the first one, he goes from being some normal dude to being the one. By the end of the first movie, he is the one. He fully embraces that
we agree
that
with.
mantle.
100%.
So then and that's on the 3-act structure of the first movie. But if you look at the trilogy as a whole, as 3 acts, 3 individual acts, each movie being 1 act, the first Matrix movie is just the first act. So in the second movie or second act of the trilogy, he does continue to rise and increase his power, and he gets more powers because at the end of that one, he steps it up again.
And he brings Trinity back to life.
He does. Yeah, he goes supercharged, and to get there, he's never flown that fast. So already he's ramping it up, right? His powers are. He's starting to push his powers.
That should have been so much like that.
But why can't he just teleport?
But to me,
a good
that
question.
was that's a good question.
That's a very good question,
Like,
Dave.
you should be able
Why
to
don't you just
teleport.
call the fucking writer and ask him, D?
I'm just saying, he's supposed to be in the
her.
computer.
No. Oh,
the
I'm sorry,
computer,
her.
the computer
But,
can do
like,
stuff like that. I'm just saying,
Computers can teleport? What the
But
fuck
no,
computers do you have?
But computer, you can make characters and a computer teleport.
You
if it's
can
in-
do that.
because in programs.
Does
Because
it
this whole thing's
physically?
supposed to be a program.
I don't know. That seems
At
like
the end of
it
the day, the
violates.
Matrix
But
itself
even-
is the program.
But even him flying that fast, that's not like he supercharged his powers, blah 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 blah.
And then he
blah.
reached
But,
inside
so,
her
okay,
guts.
so here's the thing. Now that
Yeah, he reached inside
that
her
we
guts
did
to
agree
speak
with.
forward.
We
That's
did
why he
agree
was
with that.
bad.
But at the can he have digital babies?
No, because they have babies in the real world.
Yeah, but if he banged Trinity in the Matrix, do you think she can get cyber pregnant?
If they would,
Well, yeah,
if they
because
would
it's
want
just
her
like
to.
this.
Imagine the Trojan virus she would get if he didn't put on a condom.
Oh,
Vandalay. He's spreading viruses everywhere in the Matrix and in the real world.
That's what we're calling them now.
But
that's messed up.
no, so what was I saying? Yeah, so that was like you said. Look at it all as a whole.
Yeah,
now that I think I was honest with you before, where I didn't watch all three of them consecutively again.
Yeah.
and I didn't see the movies as a whole. I seen them as three individual movies.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm judging the movies as they come, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't judge it as a real long story, just like I didn't judge Lord of the Rings as a real long story or Transformers as a real long story. I judge them by their individual movies.
Well, I think these can be judged on both, in my opinion.
But see, and that's my issue with the second one, because if I'm to judge it the same way I judged the first one, it wasn't. It was
Doesn't
kind of. It
hold
was
up?
kind of. Yeah, exactly. It was kind of like the Scream thing. You know what I'm saying? The first
You
one's
set the
bar
bar high.
was so
Yeah.
high, and then you watch the second one, and like I said, I didn't go into the movie with expectations. I went into the movie to watch The Matrix. So you set the bar is set so high. All right, so you try to take that bar down. Then you watch it again, but you can't help but to
Well,
compare it to its previous movie.
well,
because it's
and-
supposed to get better.
Yeah.
Well, in everybody else's in the world's defense, I think that's on you because by the time the second movie came out, the entire world knew that was the second part of a trilogy because the third one was coming out like a month later. So you should have known that it was a trilogy going in to the second movie and judging it that way.
Bro, I was 14.
Well, see, that's why.
I'm just saying. I'm just
And
saying.
that's why I said to start out with.
Was I
the
14?
second-
When did The
second
Matrix
one
come
you
out?
don't have to be all in love with because
2003.
a lot of times when you're dealing with a
2003,
trilogy,
the first one?
No, the first one came out in 99 and then the other ones came out in
How old was I in
2003.
99? I was 13 in 99.
So in 2003 you were
13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
See, while he's doing that math, what were you saying?
Oh, wait. Well, that's what I mean. That's why I said at the beginning of the conversation. The second one you don't necessarily have to be in love with because a lot of times when you're dealing with a trilogy, that second one kind of gets the shaft because they don't want
Dips.
to bust their whole. Yeah, they don't want to bust their whole load.
Into the mic, D.
They don't want to bust their whole load on that second one right there and leave nothing for the third one. They want to,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, they usually leave you on a messed up, somber note to get to that third point.
Yeah, because you have to get your protagonist into a position by the end of Act 2 that is his deepest, darkest point.
16-year-old kid is going to know that? For one, and even when I watched it,
No,
when I
but
got
you're
older,
you're not 16 now. We're discussing.
I was
this
just
to go
about
to
to. Yeah, I was just about to say. Even when I watched it when I got older, I still reserved that individual judgment because I didn't look at it as a trilogy. But I already had my bias towards it. I already
see.
didn't like it anyway.
Yeah.
But like I said, I haven't watched them consecutively 1, 2, 3 yet. I don't know, and I may end up doing it again, you know, to see if my mind changed, and I'll definitely let you know. But like, the second one didn't hold up, and then when I watched the third one, I was like, all right, you know what?
You were done by that point?
I was done by that point.
Yeah.
It was over for me.
I can get that.
It was over for me. I couldn't do it.
Did you did you watch the Animatrix?
Yes, I did.
Did you like that? Probably not because of your answer. on
See,
that.
I like the game, the Xbox game though.
See, Mal, I love the Animatrix. And for me, when it comes to the whole Matrix itself, I was less enamored with Neo himself and more enamored with the whole aspect of everything that went down and like how it became. Like with the uprising
like,
of the
yeah.
machine. That's what I felt When I think of the Matrix, that's the part of it that I follow,
if you will.
Yeah,
the origin
like
story.
to be honest with me, after the first one, the Animatrix is probably my second favorite because it tells me all the other stories about things. It connects a lot of different dots.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we can go there.
Especially the one that's the 2-part, the history. I can't remember the title, but it gives the actual
it gives
history.
the beginning of it, and then it goes into the actual war of it. Yep.
Yeah. Now, do you like regular anime, Remorseless?
Of course, I love regular. I was
That's
watching
what I thought.
anime before you guys came in.
There you go.
That's what I thought. So what?
It's a prequel. It's a fucking prequel. We just talked about fucking
Yeah,
prequels.
you can't stand prequels.
They're stupid. Every prequel. I have yet to see a good prequel.
No, why? You feel you don't need that information? Do you feel like you're being spoon-fed?
When the ground is already set, when the layer is already laid, you don't need to go back and dig up the ground just to lay it again.
I wanted to know because now I know I should really be rooting for the machine.
Let me tell you something. The cement is on the fucking dirt. Is on the dirt already. I'm not gonna crack open. I don't want to know what's under the dirt anymore.
No,
I'm walking on it.
That's cool.
I don't give a fuck.
And I'm happy for you, but I want to make sure I'm rooting for the right team.
No,
Say,
no,
Neo's
fuck
team's
you,
got the
D.
right team. Now fuck you too, nigga. All right. So that's what I'm saying because I'm looking back at the people did the robots wrong. So I'm kind of should be Cyborg and wrong with them. I'm just saying. Because
like people aren't that as
like
nice
we
as
messed
thought.
up. We're the look at the whole thing. We're the ones that messed up the sun. We're the ones that made the robots the way they were. The robots had their own utopia, and we sat there and we bombed them. The humans started everything leading up into the Matrix.
You know what? It's been long enough, and I've mentioned this movie enough fucking times. It's like Extinction. Yeah. It's kind of like what happened. Did you see Extinction on Netflix? It's a Netflix original.
Is it recent? Like more recently?
Yeah,
it's
last year.
It's a very,
should I go watch it?
Good movie. Yes, you should go watch it. I kind of ruined it for you.
No, it's okay. You can tell me what happens in movies. If I like the premise, I'm gonna go watch it anyway.
And that's exactly how I am.
Yeah,
too.
I
There's
don't
no
give a
such
shit
thing
about
as a
spoilers.
spoiler.
Yeah, not really.
But like in Extinction, the whole movie, this guy is having a flashback. It's the same dude. What is his name?
The guy from Ant-Man, right?
Yeah. What is? Do you know his
I have
name?
no idea.
No, is it?
No, not Paul Rudd. The
guy about
Hispanic guy.
He likes
that's my
pancakes.
dude. Yeah,
I love him. I love him.
He's
But yeah,
good.
he's having flashback or not. He's having nightmares and stuff, and he thinks that they're nightmares. Come to find out that they're actually flashbacks of a previous war that they had with the humans, and he didn't even know that he was a android. He didn't know that the planet that they're on. Yeah, he didn't know that the planet that they're on was man-made for them to go. The humans come in, pew 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 pew, pow, pow, pow. Oh, you kill him. And then he finds out because his wife gets shot. And he looks at the wound, and it's like one of the humans. He captures one of the humans, and he's like, "Yeah, well, we learn how to fix your kind." Like I didn't. It was a bombshell for me. I thought it was aliens, and I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute, he's a fucking android." Like it was a good ass movie. I really liked it.
Nice. I
really liked the movie.
Actually.
It was actually a good movie.
Let's see.
Nice. I mean, I was just thinking earlier today about the rise of robots and whatnot. And it occurred to me whenever I was playing music on Amazon, and I rudely told Alexa to shut up, so I, to pause it or whatever. But I was quite rude to her.
Yeah.
Did you blaming me?
No, I'm just saying.
That's not good, man.
I thought you
How
were,
do you
'cause
guys
know how I
treat-
talk to Google.
I think I can very clearly see why this happens.
I'm pretty sure Google is going to murder me. Google, I told you, Google's Vicky.
Who's Vicky?
iRobot, Will Smith movie.
Oh yeah,
Your favorite actor?
Mm-hmm.
He's such a hater.
Oh, you hate Will?
He hates Will.
I don't. Hey, he's a great guy. He is a great guy. Love him.
I haven't seen him.
Stand-up guy.
I haven't seen him in anything I really liked in a long time. But like old stuff like Enemy of the State, things like that.
My favorite one and only
Into the
Will
mic.
Smith movie that I love.
Huh?
Enemy of the State.
Enemy of the State.
It's the only one that I love.
Yeah, I like that one. Bad Boys, I like that.
You are going to have to French kiss that mic if you keep that shit up. All I keep saying is like your nose hitting the mic, like wipe it. Man, you better not sneeze. That's your mic. You take that sock with you. But yeah. So the Matrix for me, that's one of mine.
That's understandable. See, some people get pissed off when people
and I do
don't.
have to watch it.
I
I find myself resetting like resetting my likes and dislikes. For example, I said I think I told you this. I don't like seafood. I don't eat seafood, and I haven't ate it in like 17 years. So last year I actually
Because you're Orthodox Jewish, right?
that wasn't anybody's business, D.
Sorry, continue.
Double D. I ain't put the business out there.
I'm blaming you because I just don't want to look at him right now.
Okay.
But no, so last year I went out and I ordered some seafood so that way I can, refresh my dislike for it.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, because it smells good, and it made me like seafood doesn't smell bad. It actually smells really good. So I tried it, and I just didn't like it. It's the texture. It's a texture thing. But like, so with certain things, like certain movies and music and stuff like that, I often go back and I watch it. I think it's been long enough for me. I think I can go back and watch The Matrix again.
There you go.
I'm not watching Animatrix though.
No, you don't have to.
Happening. I know what happened. I've watched it
Well,
before,
like I said,
and I can't get that 2 hours of my life back.
And I'm not somebody going to tell you go have to watch it. If you want to, then go ahead. But
Speaking of which,
you don't need to be knowing what's going on in the movie.
Now, see, my wife is probably going to talk a whole lot of shit on this, but because she's a real big Harry Potter fan, I hate Harry Potter. So that's going to be in my top, the trilogy and everything after, because I just didn't like the first one either. I watched all of them.
Is there 3 Potters or
There's
5 Potters?
5 Potters.
I think I've seen maybe
What, movies or
2.
7?
Is there
There's 7?
Or 8, actually. Yeah, 7 books, 8 movies.
Yeah, well, I
I
don't
think
give a
I've seen
fuck.
like
I don't
maybe
like
3
any
of them.
I don't like any
That's
of them.
it. Yeah, I haven't seen too many of them. I saw the very first one, and I saw maybe the 3rd one.
And plus, like, if you guys are really into like Comic Cons and stuff like that, like the real nerd world, you kind of have to draw a line in the sand, because Harry Potter was kind of competing with Lord of the Rings, and I'm way more of a Lord of the Rings fan, so I drew a line in the sand for it. But I did go back and watch Harry Potter, and I wish I never did. It's like watching Lost again. So, and I know you liked Lost, Double D, but fuck you too.
Love Lost. And I like the Harry Potter movies. The 3rd one, Prisoner of Azkaban, was
You
my
look
favorite.
kind of like Jack.
I'm sorry, who?
Jack from Lost.
Oh, Jack Shepherd.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, so with the great show, I did enjoy the Harry Potter movies.
So you think Jack Shepherd's a handsome man?
Yeah, I think Matthew
He is a
Fox is
handsome
a
guy.
good-looking
Think he's a
guy.
sexy man.
Yeah.
He ain't say sexy. I said he's a handsome guy too.
Yeah, sure.
He's not bad looking.
Sexy motherfucker, I think. Good-looking guy.
Oh, the veins coming out in Double D's neck now. Like, I wasn't talking about on his head, the where it like above his shoulders. either.
Hey-yo.
Oh,
So, what? Any other grievances with the Matrix series? Let's get them out. Let's air them right now.
Well,
Remorseless.
we've discussed this multiple times, and
Yes.
I mean, you know my grievances, but that's,
I do.
That's
Listeners
I just
don't.
gave you my bigger ones. Like it's as individual movies, I didn't see much growth. He was consistently clueless through all 3 movies, and it was annoying as shit because he just sat there with that fucking Keanu Reeves face.
Was it Keanu Reeves?
I'm Keanu Reeves. There is no spoon. Sometimes there's a spoon when I eat my cereal.
Shut the fuck up, Keanu. Go fight
Wow,
somebody.
man. He's like the nicest dude on the planet.
He is. He's amazing. He's an amazing guy.
Fuck you, Keanu.
I don't
Yeah,
like
he
him.
is.
I don't like him as a. I don't like him as an actor. It's kind of like you and Will Smith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's fair
That's
enough.
how I feel about Keanu Reeves. I mean, it's not like he's like fucking Kevin Costner, who's just a horrible fucking actor. Period.
oh, if I could just get both of those two.
But like I like John Wick. You know, I watched the first one and the second one. I've never seen that many headshots in a movie in my fucking life.
Is there? There's
And
a
the
3rd one
tactics-
coming out,
and
isn't there?
Yes, it's coming out 2019, and it's in those are great movies. Like just everything in them. Keanu Reeves is a great actor. He's actually in one of my favorite movies, The Devil's Advocate. However, I just don't. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that is a good movie.
Yeah, I just don't like Keanu Reeves acting, or I just don't like. I may not like Keanu Reeves because of The Matrix.
You know, I watched
What, F.A.?
I watched a video essay one time putting forth the hypothesis or the theory that the reason Keanu Reeves makes such a great hero is because of his pretty much blank face, his expressionless face.
And I hate that.
And it's because people like to imagine themselves as the main character. and he has a perfect face. I shit you not. He has the perfect face for doing that because it's like blank. It's like a blank
Because you can envision yourself.
Yes, exactly.
I'm Keanu Reeves.
Excellent.
There is no spoon.
69.
You know, there's another one of those coming out now.
But,
is there really?
It's confirmed. Yeah.
With them?
I think so. Yeah.
I'll watch it.
But see, and another thing is that may be why I like John Wick, because he got a beard and he got long hair now, so he doesn't have that fucking dumbass Keanu Reeves face that he had during the Matrix. But another trilogy. Well, I don't even think it's a trilogy. I think there's like 5 or 6 movies, but the Bourne movies.
Never seen them.
Oh yeah, I think there's 4 of them, I love those.
I'm not a fan of them. I like Jason Bourne. I like Bourne Identity. I like the Bourne with Jeremy Renner.
Okay.
I did not. No. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think there's 5 of them. I think
there is 5.
Five.
Yeah,
because
I forgot about
there's
the
Bourne
Jeremy
Identity,
Renner.
Bourne Supremacy. Jeremy Renner takes it for a year, and then Jason Bourne comes back. They find him again.
Like reborn.
Born to be Wild or some shit like that.
They should definitely make that.
It's just Jason
Born Resurrection or something like that.
Born Gone Wild.
Born Erection.
Okay.
That's the parody. You can find that on Pornhub. It's Born Erection.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Get off your phone.
Let me use your phone.
No, but yeah, but after like the Jeremy Renner one was the last one that that one made me not like it. But then
I heard it.
The thing about the Jason Bourne movies is kind of like watching the Incredible Hulk or a Superman movie. You know what I'm saying? Like the Incredible Hulk just wants to be left alone, so you're watching 3 hours of this guy run away from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Bourne wants to be left alone. So it's like watching. Would you watch Enemy of the State 9 times in a row?
No. But yeah, you make a very good point. That's kind of
a good point.
Instead of the protagonist having his goal is to get away and he's being chased. Yeah, you don't see that too often. Usually it's the protagonist chasing somebody else.
Exactly.
That shit was
a good point, man.
Annoying and boring. I gotta keep on running from y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah, like leave me alone.
Just tell me who's your end boss so we can just go and give me one fair one with your boss.
Get away from me.
That's
I'm not
all.
here. You've never seen me. I'll break your neck. I broke his neck. I shot him, but I left you alive to let them know that I'm dead. No, you didn't. Get the fuck out of here. Come on. Let it go, Matt Damon.
For real though.
Shit.
Like, show me your end boss.
But I
fair,
did
one
like,
in the yard.
but that may be
it.
the reason why I like Jason Bourne, because he was like, fuck this.
He was badass, dude.
No, yeah. From the stuff
Badass
that I've seen.
for sure.
And then he started off the movie in a fucking cage fight and just walked up, hooked the dude, turned around, walked away. I was like, this is gonna be a good movie.
Hell yeah.
But and Matt Damon's another one that I'm not a big fan of his acting in movies like that. But all of his other movies where he actually has substance, I really liked him in. But like the Bourne movies, I didn't like him in because, and we talk about this too. Like I don't like actors that like you can take out and just put anybody else in.
Yeah.
You want that actor to be that character. When you think of that character, you want to think of that person.
Exactly. Like if I'm looking at Christian Bale, he's Batman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I can't picture anybody else as Neo, to be honest. That's all Keanu Reeves for me.
No, I probably could.
Matt Damon. He can sit there.
Just
like,
walks up to
did you ever see
Smith,
Team
hooks him,
America?
walks away.
Did you ever see Team America?
Nah.
Oh yeah.
Matt Damon.
He was so pissed about that. But yeah, walks up to Agent Smith, lays him out, walks away. That's at the beginning of the movie.
Or Liam Neeson. I have a particular set of skills.
Liam Neeson as Neo would be so trash.
No.
Speaking of which,
he would
those
all those
Taken
rebels
movies
down.
were so fucking
I only saw the
Really?
first one.
I never
Somebody
saw
should have
any of
called CPS on him, man. Like, come on. Let it
for
go.
real?
Let it go.
I can't defend it. I ain't seen none of them.
But see, and there are some movies where, like, you don't expect much from them, and they exceed the expectations. Like, for me, Rush Hour 3 was that.
Okay.
I thought it was hilarious. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
After Fast and the Furious, the next one after that, I thought that was great. Let's see. I don't know why I watched Jason Bourne, but I ended up watching it and I thought it was good. Triple X, for example, it was Vin Diesel, Ice Cube, Vin Diesel, and they were and all three of them were good movies.
Never saw the second one.
Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick, thought they were good movies. So like there are plenty that exceed expectations or exceed what you like their predecessors.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Indiana Jones, for me, is the one that fell off after the third one.
Yeah.
I loved the first three. The fourth one,
and I think that's an age thing because I liked the fourth one, but I did not like the third one.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls?
Yes.
That's your favorite one?
That is my favorite one. But that's the first Indiana Jones
that's
I've
you.
ever seen.
Yeah.
That's me. Yeah,
You're the one.
That's the first Indiana Jones I've ever seen.
Okay, so does that... Okay. Temple of Doom was the first one that I saw, which is the second one, and that's my favorite. So I can see that. Actually, no, I can't because it's Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. But all three, the first three, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and Last Crusade, for me, all fantastic. Each one of them individually, well, it's not like really a trilogy that continues the story per se, but... So they are individual movies, but everyone that did not drop off until the fourth one.
So you have kids. What about Shrek and Ice Age? Those two fell off on me. Those two fell off for me. Monsters Inc. fell off. Toy Story definitely fell off. As a matter of fact, Toy Story fell off, and then I gave it a Hulkamania leg drop when it hit.
I heard the third one was the best one. A Toy Story.
Thanks for stopping by, Double D.
No, I'm serious. I've never seen it.
The first one's the best one.
Okay.
Hands down.
I would say the first one's probably the best one, but none of them after that they didn't really. I'm not mad at none of them, but I don't have a lot invested in it either. You know what I mean? I don't. It's like it's Toy Story.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
You got a friend in me.
Like if I'm watching Toy Story, I'm probably either woke up way too early in the day, or I'm sick and I can't move and grab.
That's true, D. If I called you and was like, D, what are you doing? I'm heading over, and you're like,
I'm chilling. Oh no!
just watching.
Play this out. You ready?
God damn it, D.
What's good?
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?
Chilling, just sitting here watching Toy Story.
So you're doing what?
Watching Toy Story, my dude.
Toy Story 2?
Yeah, no, Toy Story, my dude. I already got done watching Toy Story 2. I'm watching 3 right now.
D,
What's good with you?
I am on my way over. You got to take that out. Seriously, by the time I get there, take that shit out. You know why? Because I got Toy Story 3.
See, and that's why you're my A1 from day one because you always coming in with
All
that
right.
good
Hey guys, we'd like to thank you for listening to this episode of the No Filter fucking podcast.
That was our movie edition.
This definitely was the movie edition. But yeah, so we definitely want to hear what you guys think about the trilogies and the movies that you think fell off. And if you think that our picks were bullshit, we want to hear that as well. But other than that, hit us up on all of our socials and email us at
empnetwork412@gmail.com.
Hey, D, make sure that you have the list of the new people that
Hey,
take Jason's
so
place.
what you guys doing after this? You guys want to go get a drink or something? You guys busy?
Yeah.
Actually, Jason, I think we
I
all
got
have
plans,
things.
man. Yeah.
You got plans.
I'm busy.
You sure? Remorseless. I can stick around if you like.
This is my house. I'm sticking around in my
Yeah,
house.
can
You're leaving.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right. Yeah. Just text me then. We'll get together.
I'm never going to text you, Jason.
Look.
Text me.
No, we're not friends. We are not friends.
All right.
We're gonna call. We'll call him. It's the second Tuesday of the
my
5th
God.
week of the 17th.
Yeah.
I'll call him on the 366th day.
There you go. February 31st.
Yeah, February 31st.
But other than that, man, thank you for listening. Shit that you hear, you may like it, you may hate it, you may agree, you may disagree. Some of the shit you hear, some of the shit you hear, you may relate to. Some of the shit you can't. But one thing that we can tell you is it'll always be no filter. Signing off is Remorseless.
Me, Double D.
And just me, D.
And R.I.P. Moose, by the way.
Oh my God, he died.
What?
Wow. Don't
No,
put that
I was
on
saying rip Moose
Oh, okay.
in half.
Moose 2020.
This is called Moose 20. Oh yeah. No, we're campaigning for him. I actually want Moose to be president. I wonder what that office would be like. We're going to save that for a podcast.
And
when
who
he's
his
in
running
here.
mate is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's his running mate, do you think?
Oh, it's definitely me.
Moose Remorseless 2020?
Moose Remorseless 2020.
I don't know, D, if I can sign off on this.
Absolutely. You guys can run against us. You'll lose.
Got D double D.
You wouldn't be able to sit there on a stage.
3D 2020.
3D 2020.
Yeah.
I like that.
Bitch, I thought of it. Why are you fist bumping him?
Because
he's
you're
my
with
running
Moose.
mate.
Man, fuck y'all. You know what? We out of
Hey,
here, man.
no, wait, listeners, we want to hear who.
Oh, who would you vote
Who you
for?
voting for? Yeah.
Listeners, who would you vote for? Vote. Who would you vote for? Who would you vote for? Remorseless Moose 2020?
3D 2020.
Remorseless Moose
3D
2020. All right, man. Thank you for listening. Remorseless Moose 2020.
Remove you from office.
It's me, Charles Stampasky. My friends call me Chucky Stamps. You can call me Chucky Stamps. And this is Stamps on Sports. Listen up, sports fans. When I'm not listening to my own podcast to get all the latest and greatest sports happenings and whatnot between all the sports teams, I'm listening to those guys over there on the No Filter podcast. Man, oh man, are those guys hilarious. And they have a lot of great conversations. And they've had me on the show plenty of times, so you know they have great taste. Check them out on their social medias. On Twitter at network_EMP. On Facebook, EMP Network. And on Instagram, EMP Network 412. You could even email them and tell them what you think at EMPnetwork412@gmail.com. Also, check out my podcast, Stamps on Sports. But in the meantime, those guys over there at the No Filter Podcast gets my Chucky Stamps stamp of approval.
299,792,458 laughs per second.